Well, listening back to some of that playing, I'm struck by the possibility that I may, in fact, be playing this opening melody a little bit too fast. The metronome mark is 92, which is which I think gives a little bit more possibility to express this beautiful melody. The melody is marked dolce. Now there's an alternative meaning to the word, the Italian word dolce. Of course we all know it means sweetly, but I like to think that it also can embrace something which is a little bit more secretive. So to play secretively, again another marking which it's a marking which Glazunov tends to use at several points in this piece. I would like to think that this opening can be slightly less forthright, also maintaining the line at specific point. Notes I think which I glossed over rather too much in the first take. One of the things which I notice, again, with players at all levels really, is that sometimes we favour fingers, the second finger or the third finger, so it's very important to be very aware that we're not, we're getting rid of our violinistic habits and that we're playing the music and not our fingers, and not the violin. A perfect example of a little passage which bears a little bit of scrutiny. I always find it much more useful to mark the semitones, possibly than a definitive fingering. And making sure to keep the line. So this concerto is full of this kind of passage work, filigree type embroidery, but beautifully expressive. Very important to play it absolutely accurately with a good sense of line, making sure not to bulge and not to do some of the things which I've been talking about. The passage of figure 2, this is where the movement starts to get going a little bit more, I feel. The marking is animato, so we're now at crotchet equals 112. And I quite like to shift on the semitones with the fourth finger, so I can slide the fourth finger on the semitone, always reaching back with the first finger, never reaching forward with the fourth finger. Again, a passage which bears much repetition and care. Rhythmic practice like that is often quite useful as well. Which brings us to figure 3. Which is not as fast as it would seem. It's very easy to run away with passages like this. They're very effective if they're played just in the right tempo. The freedom, the acceleration, the movement is built in with the triplets at the end of those bars. And that completes the first page of the Glazunov concerto. Lots to consider. Very, very satisfying piece to play. Tomorrow I will be looking at the next couple of pages, but setting the scene in this piece is so important. A wonderful piece, a very sentimental piece, full of sentiment, I would say, rather than sentimentality. Jolly easy to play in some respects, and jolly difficult to play in other respects.